Hi friends, my name is Jo and welcome back to my Bookish Corner. This week I'm doing something a little bit different. I have felt that my days are really short lately, which is so funny because the days are longer, it's summer, but I think because it's summer we have more going on and just more activities that we want to do in the evenings. So I have felt like I just don't have as much time to do some of the more me time things that I want to do, like reading and just sitting with myself and journaling and those kinds of things. So I've decided that this week I'm going to try waking up at 5 a.m. I'm planning to use that time from like 5 to 6 for just some me time. I'm not entirely sure what that's gonna look like yet, but I plan to get up at 5 and then use that time between 5 and 6, because 6 is typically when I start getting ready for work, to slowly wake up and just kind of embrace that slow morning. So that's my goal right now. I have done this before and I do like it when I do it, but I have to listen to my system and I can't do it constantly. I just don't get enough sleep that way. In the past when I have done it, it does feel good. It does feel good having my mornings, and since it's summer, the sun will be out, it won't be waking up in the dark like it is in winter. So I am excited to try this. I thought it would be fun to bring you along with me, so I will check in with you tomorrow morning when I wake up at 5 a.m. I'll see you then. Good morning, friends. It is 5:15, 5:20-ish. I got up right when my alarm went off, made some tea. I think it's like a peach and ginger. I did some journaling, and I'm definitely tired, but I usually am tired when I wake up. So it is kind of nice just having this slow morning. I've got the blinds open so I can look outside. I can hear some birds. It's very relaxing. I think I might start a book, but I'm not sure which one I want to start. But that is where I'm at so far. I do have a full day of work today, so probably check in after work and let you know how I'm feeling of a full day after waking up at 5 a.m. This is the work fit today, just shirt and some black pants. Since I woke up at 5 a.m. today, I had a little bit of extra time to put on some mascara, which is not something I typically do, so that's also fun. Happy Monday! I am going to take care of some household chores, pack my backpack, and head off to work. Quick check-in. Work is really quiet today, so I have just been working through some of my tasks, making my phone calls, sending my emails, all the things. I am on my second cup of coffee, so love that. Probably shouldn't have this much caffeine, but I'm a little tired. I do think for waking up at 5 a.m. though, I'm not as tired as I thought I would be by this point. It's about lunchtime, about noon. I'll probably eat pretty soon. And because I was up so early and had so much time to get ready, I got here at 7. So I'll be leaving a little bit earlier too. That's my kind of check-in. I'm not as tired as I thought I would be. I'm a little nervous about the afternoon because usually I do crash in the afternoon anyway, so that's why I'm having this second cup of coffee. I'm hoping that I can prevent a intense crash from the 5 a.m. wake up, but we'll see. 3:21. I got home about 5 minutes ago. I just put in a load of laundry and I am surprisingly energized, which is so strange because usually at this time in the afternoon when I get home, I am beat. I'm so ready for a nap. I just want to lay on the couch, put on Jeopardy, and fall asleep. So this is really strange that, like, I feel like I have a bunch of energy right now. So we're gonna make the absolute most of it, and I'm gonna do a workout. I read the first chapter of Gone with the Wind this morning. I had intended to start listening to the audiobook when I got to work while I was doing some monotonous tasks, but I used up all of my audiobook hours on Little Women for the month, and Gone with the Wind is not on. It's like a 14-week hold on Libby, so I did put it on hold in case it comes up sooner, but I think my audiobook hours on Spotify reset in 4 days. It is a 49-hour audiobook, so I am definitely going to be reading it combination physical and audiobook. I did feel a little weird about some parts of it and some of the way that it was written, and so I did some Googling today as I was kind of just thinking about the book. It was very minimal Googling, so there might be some things that I don't know about the context. But it sounds like what I found was that sources seem to say that the author was not explicitly pro-slavery, but the book does seem to romanticize the pre-Civil War South. Like, romanticize the relationship between plantation owners and their slaves and that kind of thing, without ever really addressing the issues and the systemic problems with slavery, which is kind of something I was wondering. I was trying to figure out if this was a book about slavery and the Civil War, or if that is the backdrop for a different story. And it sounds like that is the backdrop for a different story, which is a little uncomfortable because, you know, that's not something that it's not something romantic, it's not something to romanticize. It was not a good thing. Like, reading something that does have that kind of spin on it feels wrong. So I'm gonna give it a go, see how I feel. I want to read it because it's a classic and it feels like something that I should read, but I'm just not entirely sure how I'm gonna feel about it. So that is my update on reading. That is also my update on the 5 a.m. wake up. I'm gonna try to be in bed by 9 tonight. Last night we were in bed a little bit later than that, but I'm gonna try to be in bed by 9 tonight. I think tonight our only plans are to go shopping at like Men's Warehouse and then the mall, I think, to get the last pieces for Cam's outfit for the wedding that he's in this weekend. So maybe I'll read a little bit after we get home. I'm not entirely sure. I also want to get some editing done because I have videos that I want to get out and I don't want them to be too late into June because it's like my May wrap up and my June TBR, and I want to get those finished so that you can see them in a timely manner. So anyway, that is my updates for the video. Thanks for listening to me yap for a little bit. I am going to go do that workout and then I'll probably work on editing after that for a little bit before Cam gets home and we have dinner. I'll talk to you later. This is the shopping fit. I don't remember where I got this. It might have been H&M, it might have been Dry Goods, but little jumpsuit and the white Fila's. Get to bed till like 10 last night because we went shopping and then found everything we needed, but it took a little bit. And then we stopped at McDonald's for little ice cream cones, so I don't think we got to bed till like 10. And I am feeling it this morning. I am so tired. When my alarm went off this morning, I definitely could have rolled over and slept for another couple of hours. But we are here. I got up. I think we used the last of our coffee stuff at work yesterday. So if I go in and there isn't any new stuff, I might run out and pick up a coffee because I'm definitely going to need it today. I am so tired. I don't work tomorrow, so I could just let myself sleep. I'm trying to decide if I want the long morning to get things done and get up at 5 a.m. and that kind of thing, or if I want to sleep tomorrow and then wake up at 5 a.m. again on Thursday and just do it on work days. I don't know. I'm gonna see how I feel tonight, what time we get to bed tonight. If we get to bed tonight at a decent time, I'll wake up at 5. If we get to bed late, I'll let myself sleep because sleep is important. We don't have any plans tonight, so thank goodness. I'll probably just work on editing videos. I am a little bit further into Gone with the Wind. Not significantly further. I think I maybe finished 1 or 2 more chapters. The imagery and the writing is so beautiful, but there are just pieces that make me kind of uncomfortable, but definitely feel like simplifying and romanticizing slave and slave owner relationships from those time periods. So that is where we're at. Happy Tuesday. I'm thinking today's gonna be a rough one for me, but hopefully once we get some caffeine in and wake up a little more, I will be okay. We'll see. Happy Tuesday fit check. This is the work outfit. I thrifted this skirt like 6 years ago, maybe more than that. And I got this shirt from Target probably also about 6 years ago. And then the shoes from H&M about 4 years ago. So that is the fit for today. I love that this skirt twirls a little bit. It's so fun. I love this one. Happy Tuesday! Okay, so I'm just gonna do an update really quick because I read more Gone with the Wind before I left for work. And I've been thinking about it a lot, and I actually looked up some reviews on Goodreads, and there is one specifically. The reviewer's name was Sasha. It's like the top review on Goodreads for Gone with the Wind. It's a 1-star review. That person did a fantastic job of explaining what is making me so uncomfortable about this book, and I would highly encourage that you read their review. If you can, I don't know how to link a review from Goodreads, otherwise I would link it, but it is the top review for Gone with the Wind on Goodreads. The book romanticizes slavery, and I'm on chapter 5, and I am DNFing this book. I'm not gonna finish it. I just don't feel comfortable spending so much time reading something that it has now been made clear never turns around, like it's never addressed as wrong. The review I mentioned includes quotes from later in the book, and I just can't, I can't. In the part that I had just read, it was talking about how Gerald's slaves really loved him because he didn't ever sell any of them and he didn't ever whip them, except for this one time that his horse didn't get brushed down. The horse was valued more than the slaves, and that's so clear there and just treat it as okay and seemed to be like a good thing that that was the only time he beat a human being. And so things like that, I can't, I don't think I can keep reading this book. I don't think I can get behind it. I don't think that, even though it's considered like a classic, I don't think I can do it. So, I am DNFing Gone with the Wind, and I will pick another book to start when I get home tonight, because I can't do this, and I will probably be getting rid of the book, because I don't think I don't think I want it. So, those are my final thoughts on Gone with the Wind. Hi friends, it is Tuesday afternoon, and I just wanted to check in. In terms of waking up at 5 a.m., I was definitely more tired this morning than I was yesterday morning, but I still feel like I had enough energy throughout the day. I only had 1 cup of coffee today. I got an Americano with cream at Starbucks because we ran out of coffee stuff at work. So I feel like I have enough energy right now. I'm not over energized. Like yesterday, I feel like I was kind of like, okay, I can do things. I'm ready to do things. But I think the difference also is that today it's kind of gloomy outside. It's a little rainy. I love this weather, actually. It's warm, but raining and windy, and it's such a vibe. So I'm hoping tonight will just be a cozy night in. Maybe we'll have the windows open so we can just have that natural ambiance and do some cozy hobbies. Maybe I'll read. I'm not really sure what tonight will look like. I mentioned a little bit of how I felt about Gone with the Wind. I got to chapter 5 and did decide to DNF it. I was uncomfortable reading it. I was uncomfortable with the way that it portrayed the South. I was uncomfortable with the way that it portrayed slavery, and I'm not going to be able to read every book in my lifetime, and I don't want to spend time on one that makes me that physically and emotionally uncomfortable. So, DNFing Gone with the Wind. I ended up starting The Sea Wolf by Jack London instead, and I actually went in with no idea of what this book is about. There's actually a YouTuber I watched, Tori Between Pages, I think is her handle, and she has recently stopped reading the summaries of books and has mentioned why that she likes going in blind. She feels like she enjoys the experience more, and I kind of love that idea, and I want to start doing that because I think I do have these preconceived notions and expectations when I read the summaries of books, and it's really fun when you go in and you don't. I had no opportunity to read a summary with this one because it doesn't have a dust jacket or like a summary on the back or anything. I went in blind with this. I am currently about 25-27% of the way through, somewhere around there. And right now it feels like the plot of the book is more like a background for philosophical discussions on the meaning of life. Like, there's a plot, there are characters, there's definitely things happening, but it feels like they take second place almost to the philosophical discussions between the main character and the captain. So our main character is Humphrey, and basically he's on a boat off the coast of California, and it gets hit by another boat in the fog, and he is left in the water. A different boat comes along and pulls him out, and he ends up kind of being forced into service on the boat. Like, they won't take him back to the mainland, and they're on their way to Japan. So the captain is basically like, he's kind of described as this crazy man that is volatilely violent, I think, basically, that you kind of, it's almost like you don't see it coming, and then suddenly he's angry and you're basically dead. The captain has this whim where he decides that our main character, Humphrey, is going to be the new cabin boy. And Humphrey is a gentleman, has never worked a job in his life, I think has kind of been studying philosophy. So right now we're on the boat, and he ends up having these philosophical discussions with the captain that are typically revolving around life. And the captain's metaphor for life is yeast, and it's eating everything until it stops eating and then it gets eaten, and everything is just there to eat or be eaten and that kind of thing. And it's very, the only thing that matters is me, and I wrong myself if I choose someone else over me, and so I can never choose someone else over me. The only thing you can trust me to do is pick the thing that's best for me, kind of thing. So that's been very interesting. In terms of the actual, like, main character, the plot, the book, that kind of thing, the writing is very interesting, very descriptive. I enjoy that piece, although it can get a little stuffy at times with the, like, nautical terminology, because I don't know it. And so, while that would be interesting to someone who knows nautical terminology, it's lost on me, and those paragraphs kind of just don't make sense. First thoughts on The Sea Wolf. It is interesting. I enjoy the writing. It's not very plot heavy and definitely more philosophical. It can be a little bit stuffy in the philosophical notes and in the nautical terminology, but I am enjoying it. I'm at 27% of the way through. I'm curious where the story is going to go, curious what the main character's result is going to be, if he's going to end up switching his philosophical views to agree with the captain, if he's going to end up staying on the boat, or if he's going to end up making his way back to California. I'm not entirely sure. I don't really see any signals of what's to come, so super curious about how this is going to go and looking forward to reading more of The Sea Wolf. Those are my 5 a.m. updates and my reading updates. I am going to do a workout and I would love to read more, but I do have some editing that I need to do if I want to get any of my videos out on time. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm still not entirely sure whether I'm going to get up at 5 a.m. tomorrow or whether I'm going to sleep in. We'll see. I'm gonna go work out now, so I will talk to you later. Alright, here's my update. I worked out, I took a shower, we are clean, we are ready, and I found out that there is a podcast hosted by the actor who plays Lassiter and the actress who plays Juliet in Psych. So, I'm going to put that on and I am going to do some hardcore cleaning. I think we're going to start in the bedroom, then do the bathroom, then do the entry room, and see where we end up. This is going to be a combination of cleaning and laundry and also organizing and decluttering and getting rid of things. So, let's go do some cleaning. The Seawolf for a while. I am 50% of the way through, I think 52% technically. It feels a lot more plot driven now, like stuff is happening. There's a lot less of the philosophical conversations and a lot more events happening, which is interesting. Humphrey has been on the ship for a while now, and I feel like at this 50% mark, we just kind of hit the main conflict, or like the setup for the main conflict. So I'm really curious how this is going to pan out. I think I am going to do a little bit more cleaning. I feel like I have some energy back. I ate, I drank some water, we're feeling good. I'm gonna put my headphones on, and I think maybe just start with some music, but I'm gonna clean the bathroom, and we're gonna go from there. Thursday. Yesterday we had dinner and then we did a Target run for some things we need before leaving for the weekend, which was nice. I got a lot of cleaning done yesterday, and the bedroom feels really great and the bathroom feels really great, and there's definitely other rooms that I need to work on now because comparatively they feel really not great. So I'm thinking I might do that this afternoon after my half day. Oh, the other thing we did last night, we got the subscription for Dropout TV, which honestly, if I'm gonna have a subscription for any streaming service, that feels like the one to have. Like, I feel good supporting them versus like a major corporation, whatever. And we started watching some of those shows. We started watching Make Some Noise, and we watched a little bit of actually, but Cam said that that was too similar to Jeopardy for him, and we've watched a lot of Jeopardy. So we also watched Game Changer. Enjoying those and looking forward to watching more of that. We picked up some Halo Top, so we had ice cream and comedy, and that was a great end to the night. This morning I did wake up at 5 and I made some tea and I finished The Seawolf by Jack London. That book was a roller coaster, honestly. I thought that it was philosophical, and then I thought that it was adventure, and it feels like some kind of combination of philosophy, adventure, and romance. But honestly, I kind of liked it. I didn't expect to like it as much as I did. I'm still not sure what I'm going to rate it, but I did really enjoy it, and I read it pretty quickly. Like, it kept me engaged, especially the last like 3/4 of the book. In the beginning, the main character was kind of annoying, but he grew. And he wasn't as annoying later on in the book. The afterword included some information about Jack London that made parts of the book make a little more sense, that he was like an environmental activist and that kind of thing. So I did enjoy that one. I don't know if I'd consider it 5 stars, but I'm thinking maybe something like 4, 4.5. but I think my 5-star books are usually books that make me feel something, and I don't think this one made me feel something as clearly as something as like a 5-star read usually would for me. I am going to get ready for work and probably do some chores and then head out. I'm thinking I'll probably pick up a coffee again today. Anywho, that's my plan. I will talk to you later. Happy birthday! Alright, I just finished work and I need to make a trip to Barnes to pick up the book club book for the month. So we're gonna run do that. I just got back from Barnes & Noble. The plan so far for this afternoon, I'm going to show you our Target haul from last night, and then I'm going to do some laundry because that takes the longest to get done. So I'll get some of that done. I want to work out, take a shower, I'll eat lunch, and then I would love to tidy because the mess kind of moved from the bedroom and the bathroom into the living area. This morning I started a Northern Light after I finished the Seawolf. I'm not exactly sure what time period it's set in, but it is in the North Woods of Maine, I believe. People travel up to the area from New York, so somewhere in the northern part of the East Coast. So far, it seems interesting. It seems like there's this kind of mystery aspect. There's a little bit of drama with the family and that kind of thing. Our main character is a teen girl whose mother passed away like a year ago, I think, and so the family is kind of reeling from that. So far it's been interesting. I'm curious to see where it goes. I'm not very far at all, so have no idea what the main plot is and what like the mystery is going to be, but I think there's going to be one. So looking forward to reading more of that at some point. I also picked up The Unmaking of June Farrow from Barnes & Noble just now, which is our book club book, so I will be reading that this weekend. Much smaller than I thought it was. I thought it was a much bigger book, so I think this will be fun, quick read. And now, on to the Target haul. So first, we got a little travel case for Cam so that he has a place to keep all of his travel things. Then we got him white t-shirts as well. Boring. I got a planning calendar. I have been looking for this for a few weeks now, and all of the ones that I could find started in July of 2025, and I wanted one that started in June. This one actually starts in April of 2025, but at least it includes June. So this is actually for me to plan my YouTube videos and when I will be making them and editing them and hopefully uploading them. So that was the goal with this one, and I found it, which was super awesome and exciting. I also found this super cute lounge set. So we have shorts and then this matching like t-shirt, and it's super lightweight. The fabric is really soft, so it feels like it'll be like the perfect summer lounge set to just hang around the house, like do cleaning, that kind of stuff. I'll probably wear it for our travel day tomorrow. I found this mini of a spray sunscreen. I've heard that it's really nice to have a spray to reapply when you're like sitting out in the sun. I only got the mini because it's not like I live on a beach or something. I don't think I need a full size, but I think it'll be helpful to have. We got Cam a new shirt to wear to the weddings that we have this summer because we have quite a few, so we wanted to get him a fun new shirt. I got a little purse for all of the weddings that we're going to this summer and kind of just any like fancier events because it looks just a little more polished, I think. And then last thing, when I was cleaning, I noticed that we were low on soap in our bathroom, so we got a new summer smell, which is rainwater. That is everything that we got from Target, so that's the Target haul. Very miscellaneous items, but now I am going to work out, eat lunch, do some tidying, and I will talk to you later. Alright, it is Thursday evening. This is the conclusion of my 5 a.m. experiment slash reading vlog. I guess I really only got through one book in this video, The Sea Wolf, since I did DNF Gone with the Wind. We spent most of today prepping to leave tomorrow, or at least I did. Cam had work today still. The conclusion of my experiment, I think that it was really nice having my slow mornings on the day that I worked. I have definitely been very tired, and I would be curious to repeat this experiment, but going to bed a little bit earlier and being a little more strict about bedtime. As is, it was really nice to have mornings slow with my tea and my books and my journal. That felt very good, and I felt like I got some reading time where otherwise I may not have. The only issue being that I was tired. So I may continue to try to do 5 a.m.s on days that I work. On days that I don't work, I think it's helpful to be able to catch up, and that's probably not great for my circadian rhythm to wake up at different times each day, but I think that catching up on sleep is important in those in-between days when I don't have work. So maybe I will continue to try doing 5 a.m.s on work days and see how that goes. I will let you know if the experiment proceeds. But thank you for coming along for this short little test of the 5 a.m. mornings and for the read of The Sea Wolf. I'm so glad you're here, and I will talk to you in the next one.